Hello everyone. My name is Ainu Mauda binti Azmi, and you guys are in a treat on the journey of getting to know more about fish migration. So, this is an assignment assigned by my lecturer regarding fish migration under the title of Inland and Coastal Fisheries course. So, let's start with the first basic question in our head. What is migration? So, migration is the movement of large number of animals from one place to another for feeding, reproduction, or to escape weather extremes. So, fishes also migrate by shoaling or schooling. So, what are shoaling and schooling? What are the differences? So, shoaling is when large numbers of fishes come together and they move socially. However, for schooling, it's a bit different as when migrating fishes exhibit high degree of coordination in their movement and carry out synchronized maneuvers to produce different types of shapes. So, on to the next slide. Um, Fishes migrate with different purposes. So there are a few. First is alimental migration, spawning migration, juvenile migration, and also seasonal migration. So firstly, alimental migration is where it takes place in fishes for feeding. So in high population of fishes, they exhaust food resources in an area quickly and therefore must migrate constantly in search for new feeding resources. And then we have spawning migration. So spawning migration takes place in breeding season in those fishes which have spawning grounds far away from the feeding places, for example, like salmon or swordfish. The third one is juvenile migration. So, juvenile migration involves larval stages of fishes which hatch in spawning grounds and must migrate long distances in order to reach the feeding habitats of their parents. And lastly, it is called seasonal migration. So, seasonal migration happens when it takes place in fishes that inhabit Arctic areas, where in summer climate is conducive and food abundant, but as winter approaches, the temperatures fall below zero and then food becomes scarce. Hence, fishes must migrate towards subtropical and tropical areas to escape the extremes of weather condition. So now we know the purposes of migration. Let's go to types of migration in fishes. So there are three of them. The first one is the potamodramus migration. Second one is the oceanodramus migration, and then diadramus migration. So diadramus migration is divided into two, which are called catodramus migration and also anadramus migration. So let's start with potamodramus migration. It is when fishes migrate from one freshwater habitat to another in search of food or for spawning. Fishes also must migrate to lay their eggs, and then to lay their eggs in place where oxygen concentration in water is more, and where there is abundance of food for the juveniles when they hatch from their eggs. The second one is oceanodramus migration. It is where fishes migrate from from seawater to seawater, and um, they migrate in large number either by way of shoaling or schooling. So the third one is called diadramus migration. So as stated here, diadramus migration is when fishes can migrate from freshwater to sea or from sea to freshwater. So as you can see, it is divided into two, like what I just said. So let's go with the two types of diadramus migration. The first one is catodramus migration. So catadromous migration involves the movement of large number of individuals from freshwater to seawater. So generally for spawning. And then we have anadromous migration. This is where adults of anadromous fishes that live and feed in ocean waters, but their spawning grounds lie in the tributaries of rivers. So now that we know the purposes of migration and types of migration, let's go to the current issues regarding fish migration. So one of the most known issues regarding fish migration is called dam construction. So dam construction causes blocked or delayed migration, loss of migration routes and spawning grounds, and inevitably lower reproduction success. Throughout the globe, dam construction is the main reason for the decline of stocks from several geodrama species. And construction of dams without fish passage and fish passage facilities has eliminated many salmon population and is listed as the main cause of salmon extirpations. Dam construction has been going on around the world for a long time. But regarding the issue of blocking fish migration, there are a lot of ideas and ways of making it possible for the fishes to migrate. However, it is not always successful. So let's hope that we in the future that we can figure out more on how to help mitigate fish migration and prevent the losses of fish population. So I hope this video find you well and helped you a lot in understanding towards fish migration. And I appreciate all of you in giving your attention towards my video. All in all, I would like to just say thank you so much for listening, and I apologize for my flaw in presenting. And I hope you guys have a nice day. Thank you. Bye bye. Okay.